For centuries, seekers have searched temples, scriptures, and distant holy lands, convinced that heaven was somewhere out there, waiting to be found after death. But what if everything you were taught about the kingdom of heaven is upside down? What if heaven isn't a reward you reach someday, but a reality already alive within you right now, quietly waiting for your recognition? Joel Goldsmith pointed to a truth so simple, it is almost always overlooked. The kingdom of heaven is not a destination. It's a state of consciousness. And when you awaken to it, your life, your health, your relationships, and your peace begin to shift from the inside out. Think about how most of us pray asking, pleading, waiting. We've been trained to believe God is an external power who occasionally responds to requests. But the divine doesn't need to arrive because it never left. You are already within that presence, only asleep to it. The moment you stop begging an invisible sky god and begin recognizing the divine life within your own awareness, something miraculous happens. Fear begins to lose its authority. Calm rises naturally. You stop chasing miracles and start living from them. This isn't theory. It's practical mysticism, spiritual law in motion. Imagine a person burdened by years of financial worry. They pray for abundance, but their heart vibrates with fear and lack. One morning, instead of asking, they pause, close their eyes, and quietly acknowledge, "The kingdom of heaven is within me now." Divine supply flows from consciousness. That inner recognition changes the vibration of thought itself. Soon, opportunities appear where none seemed possible. It isn't magic. It's consciousness aligning with spiritual law. Now picture someone facing illness. Instead of waging war on the body, they turn within and rest in the awareness that, in the inner kingdom, only wholeness exists. Healing begins not because of strain or willpower, but because divine perfection is finally being recognized. The same principle transforms relationships. The moment you stop trying to change another person and begin recognizing the divine presence already living in them, resistance softens. Communication opens. Love flows where fear once stood. This is how the kingdom reveals itself, through recognition, not force. Goldsmith's invitation is simple. Be still and realize your oneness with the presence. Stillness is the gateway, not a trance, not escapism, but awareness stripped of noise. Each time you pause, breathe, and acknowledge the invisible life within, you enter the kingdom. From that consciousness, guidance, creativity, and peace flow into visible experience. You don't need perfection to feel it. You need remembrance. Every moment you turn inward instead of outward, every response of calm instead of panic, every choice of awareness over reaction strengthens your connection to the divine dimension within. Over weeks and months, this inner shift becomes your new foundation. You find yourself less shaken by circumstances, less desperate for answers, and more attuned to a quiet certainty that everything you need is already present in consciousness. This is the practice of the presence, a lifestyle of remembering that the kingdom is not later, not elsewhere, but here and now. Let this become practical. In a health crisis, yes, act with wisdom, but begin by recognizing the wholeness that already exists in consciousness. In financial challenge, yes, handle the numbers, but return first to the inner awareness that supplies infinite and flows through inspired right action. In conflict, yes, set boundaries, but hold the truth that the same divine life animates you and the other person. When you live from kingdom consciousness, solutions arise more gracefully. Creativity appears where pressure once lived, and peace becomes your baseline rather than a rare exception. You won't master this overnight, and you don't need to. Begin simply. In the morning, before you reach for your phone, pause and acknowledge, "The kingdom of heaven is within me now. Divine presence is my true nature." Throughout the day, when fear spikes or irritation grabs your attention, take 30 seconds to return to that inner recognition. In the evening, be still again. Review your day gently. Notice where you remembered and where you forgot. Both are teachers. This consistency, not intensity, transforms you. Some days your recognition will feel vivid. Other days it will feel dull. Stay with it. The light behind the clouds is steady even when you can't see it. There will be challenges. Life can be messy and heartbreaking, but mature spirituality doesn't deny pain. It roots peace deeper than pain. Hold two truths at once. Material circumstances are real at their level, and spiritual reality is more fundamental. Treat the body and remember wholeness. Balance the budget and remember supply. Set boundaries and remember love. You will sometimes lose your footing. That's human. The practice is to return more quickly each time, until returning becomes natural and staying becomes easeful. Over time, you'll notice a quiet revolution. Anxiety that once ruled you loses its grip. The mind that once scrambled for control relaxes into guidance. Relationships feel less like battles and more like awakenings. Work shifts from survival to expression. Health stabilizes as fear steps aside. Prosperity grows without the exhaustion of forcing outcomes. These changes usually arrive gradually. You'll look back after 6 months or a year and realize how different your inner weather has become. You didn't manufacture miracles, you recognized truth until life reflected it. So ask yourself now, are you still waiting for heaven to arrive, or are you ready to live from it? The kingdom of heaven isn't an address in the sky. It's the depth of awareness already present within you. When you truly understand this, everything changes not instantly, but certainly. Not through pressure, but through recognition. Be still, acknowledge, retire. Let peace lead. Let guidance speak. Let supply flow. Don't chase what you already are. Wake up to it. If this message stirred something in you, like this video somewhere people can find it. Subscribe now for weekly practical teachings from Goldsmith's mysticism applied to real life. And drop a comment. I live from the kingdom within. Let that be your declaration, your reminder, your next step. The door has always been open. Walk through.